Okay guys, it's time to throw the chemical medication away. It's time to put that bottle of booze down. It's time to stop stressing and thinking that this is just how your life is now. These are the natural remedies for anxiety. This video is on natural remedies for anxiety and stress. And some of these can even be used for depression. I've struggled with anxiety for a long ass time. It's been too long. But along the way, I have found a lot of natural remedies that actually do work. Can you fucking believe it? The lighting is just weird, and I'm not sorry. First, I'd like to talk about tea. Now, there are a variety of teas that you can drink that will help your anxiety. They contain herbs that are scientifically proven to reduce anxiety and stress. It's motherfucking tea time, motherfucking tea time. So chamomile tea binds to the same brain receptors as drugs like Valium. So stop popping those Valium. Grandma, get that Valium out of your purse and start drinking some chamomile tea. It is calming, it is soothing, it'll relax you, it'll get you feeling good and groovy. But really, just drink some fucking chamomile tea. Also, there's valerian. That shit is potent! So valerian, you can get valerian in a tea. It comes in a lot of nighty-night teas or sleepy time teas. It will make you feel kind of sluggish and tired, but if you're having panic cycles or a really bad panic attack or anxiety is like off the wall and you can't stop thinking crazy ass thoughts, then why not seduce yourself? Then why not sedate yourself a little bit, right? So you don't want to drink like 5 cups of valerian tea and then go for a nice Sunday drive because you'll probably end up in the ditch. There's also passion flower. Passion flower is another herb. You'll find a lot of these teas, they contain passion flower, lemon balm, chamomile, valerian, all of them in one tea, and that's probably the best concoction that you're gonna get because I mean, why not have all those super awesome herbs in one tea to get you a little bit calmed down and get your mind to stop running, right? So, yeah, there's also lemon balm. Lemon balm has been used since the Middle Ages to reduce stress and anxiety, so you know it's gotta work. It's been used since the time of Game of Thrones, guys. Tea in itself is going to calm you down. It has a warming, soothing effect. Kind of makes you feel like you used to feel when you climbed the rope in gym class. If you get teas that have chamomile, lemon balm, valerian, passion flower all in the same one, that's good. If you get them with just a pure chamomile tea, then, you know, that might be what works for you. You gotta kind of experiment. It's not experimenting with illegal drugs, experimenting with natural herbs. Now, that being said, you don't want to take them for more than 3 months at a time because then you're going to get a little bit too used to them. And when you do that, you begin to rely on them too much and you need to take more and more. So, after about 3 months, you want to kind of stop. Take a little break. You've been in my life too much and I think we need to see other people. Take a little break and then just fire it up again. Or you can just, you know, drink the tea whenever you're having bad anxiety days. You don't need to drink it every day. Sensations of warmth may alter neural circuits that control mood, including serotonin. Yes, I had to read that off a piece of paper because I couldn't even memorize that line. Well, sensations of warmth, that would include drinking tea, having a nice relaxing bubble bath, maybe having some sex. Oh my god, I'm so inappropriate. Another thing is the smell of lavender. It is scientifically proven to reduce stress and anxiety. Don't go out and buy an air wick and start spraying it in your face and inhaling the scent of lavender, because although it may temporarily calm you down, you're poisoning yourself. But really, you're poisoning yourself just by getting those synthetic chemical sprays and spraying them all over. You may think it's helping you and it's covering up the smell of your shit that you just took, but really it's not natural and it's going to harm your body. So what I would actually recommend is getting something like an essential oil. There is lavender essential oils, and you want to put that in a diffuser and diffuse it into the room, and that way you're breathing in 100% pure grade lavender and it just smells good, and you're just taking it in, and all of a sudden you're like, I don't feel like a bag of fucking shit anymore. I feel relaxed. Another thing that helps with anxiety is your breathing. This sounds crazy because you're like, yeah, breathing, I do that already. There is a technique to the breath that can send signals to your brain to help you calm down during an anxiety attack or a panic attack. And it actually helps to clarify your thoughts. You think a lot of irrational thoughts like, oh my god, why did my pet hamster die when I was 3 years old? Was it my fault that I left him out of his cage and then my mom accidentally vacuumed him up? Calm down, it's okay. Try to relax, and the best way to do that is breathe. Don't just breathe like you're probably hyperventilating, you probably can't seem to catch a breath. If you really feel like you can't catch a breath, put your arms above your head and breathe in as deeply as you can through your nostrils. I guarantee that your breath is going to go deep because it has to go deep when you have your arms above your head. But if you can do it without doing that, I mean, like if you're out in public and all of a sudden you're raising your arms, like, you might scare some people. So if you can do it without putting your arms above your head, then go for that. But I know in times when it gets really bad, try it out. It works for me, and I know a couple other people it's worked for, so let me know if that works for you as well. Deep breathing takes practice. It's actually a thing that you have to practice. You're not just going to catch on to it right away. You're going to have thoughts firing at you like this, coming at you like crazy. Oh my god, I can't control these thoughts. I'm worried. Oh my god, I'm going to go crazy. You want to just take a moment and try to be in the moment. You're probably worrying about the past or the future, or sometimes you don't even know what you're worrying about. You're just worrying. You're kind of going crazy. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath through your nose. Hold it in for a couple seconds and then just let it go. Breathe out. And as you let go, try to feel yourself letting go of some of that tension that you're carrying. Practice breathing every day, and one day you'll be able to just sit there, breathe deeply, close your eyes, and do some mindful meditation and literally just be in the moment, not worrying about what's going to happen in the next 5 minutes, not worrying what happened 5 minutes ago. You're just going to be in that exact moment and be content. Can you imagine that? Breathing is practiced a lot in yoga, and I found personally that yoga helped me a lot. The movements, breathing with the movements of your body and learning to love your body, that is such a huge key. Like, if you don't love your body and yourself, you're just gonna get nowhere and it's pointless. Like I said, try to practice being here in the now, in the moment. Don't worry about what's gonna happen. What's gonna happen is what's gonna happen. You can't really change it, except you can. What? The law of attraction. Don't know if you've heard of it. If you haven't, I would recommend watching the documentary The Secret. It's on Netflix. Watch it. Even if you have to shut my YouTube video off right now, go watch that fucking documentary because it's going to change your life. The Secret is also a book, and I think that people get a lot more out of reading than watching, but if you're one of those people who doesn't like to sit down and read, then watch the documentary, honestly. It's kind of mind-blowing. Some other books I'd recommend is From Panic to Power by Lucinda Bassett. I cannot show you the physical copy right now because someone borrowed it like 10 years ago and hasn't given it back yet. Jessica, where's my book? I know you're watching this. Another book I'd recommend is You Can Heal Your Life by Louise L. Hay. Now, really, anything by Louise L. Hay is pretty much life-changing. I mean, that's my opinion at least. But that book in particular did change my life. I had a lot of breakthroughs after reading that book. That being said, you have to actually put the things into practice when you read these books. You can't just like read it and be like, why isn't my life magically getting better? It's because you're not practicing any of the things. You need to do the things that she's talking about in the book. And try really hard. Try your best. Put your best foot forward and give it your best shot because this is your life and it's time to take control of it. If you haven't heard of positive affirmations, what they are is basically positively repeating a sentence over and over again until it becomes true. That also kind of abides with the law of attraction. With positive affirmations, you want to pick a positive sentence, something that you preferably want to eventually believe or come true, even if you don't believe it now. For example, for the longest time, my positive affirmation has been, I control my thoughts and my mind. I'm a positive thinker. Now, when I made this positive affirmation, I felt like I had no control over my thoughts or my mind. I thought I was going crazy, and I was a really fucking negative thinker. The sun would come out, and I'd be like, ugh, the sun is depressing. Then flowers would bloom, and I'd be like, flowers are depressing. But then I started repeating this positive affirmation, and honestly, it's been years that I've been repeating this, but it gets so glued into your head that you find yourself just thinking it and saying it. I like to sing mine in the shower. I control my thoughts and my mind. I am a positive thinker. I'm just slightly embarrassed that I did that. Best thing to do is look in the mirror when you're saying it. If you can, look yourself in the eye. I know it's like a little bit weird to make eye contact with yourself, but do it anyways. Just look in the mirror. Stephanie, I love you. I love you, and I really, really love you. Except use your name, not mine. But you can use mine too if you really love me. Repeat it over and over again until you believe it. I don't care if it takes hours, days, months, years. Just do it again and again and again, and you might do it and say to yourself, you know what, this isn't working, this is total bullshit. Well, keep doing it, okay, because it's gonna work. Another good thing to take for anxiety is fish oils. They are so good for the brain, and you can do your own research on that because I don't want to make this video too long, but they are extremely good for the brain. If you can get fish oils through a natural source, like eating fish, then that is the best way to do it. But if you can't, then you can get fish oil supplements, and you want to make sure they're like the good kind. They don't contain any mercury. And when you take these supplements, make sure you take them with food so that you can digest them properly. But they are really good for anxiety, so I'd recommend going out and getting fish oil or just eating a fuckload of fish all the time. Another thing is getting out into nature. Nature feels so good. I went through this period where I was having really bad panic cycles, and I would literally just run away. I would leave my house and run into the fucking woods, and when I came out of the woods, I was happy again. It sounds like it's magic, but it actually is. Take a nice old stroll through the woods and drink some tea, maybe some chamomile, maybe some valerian, maybe take some fish oil with you, and make sure you take a picnic so you can digest that fish oil well, and then do some breathing. Do some deep breathing and mindful meditation and live in the moment and stop going crazy and stop thinking these thoughts because you have anxiety, but you don't have to. So just keep going. It's probably going to be a nice sunny day and you'll feel all the nature and it'll make you feel better. And I don't know why I keep flopping my arms, but it just seemed to work for this part. Thank you guys for watching. I hope some of this information was useful. I hope I didn't get it too weird for you, but I always like to keep it a little strange. And I hope you take this information to heart. Now you gotta remember, unless you actually try, and when you feel like you're failing, get up and try again, and try and try and try, and don't stop trying, then that's when you're gonna get results. Commit, 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 commit. You're not going to get better by going out and buying a bunch of teas and a bunch of essential oils and slapping some fish on your face and dumping some tea on your head and dousing yourself in oil and shoving books in your face and watching Netflix. That's not just going to cure you. You got to commit to it, and you really got to learn to love yourself. That is literally the center. That is the key to all of it. Make sure you still keep a sense of humor in your life. That's really important. Even to make fun of the dark things that are happening to you or have happened to you can actually help. Watch some funny movies, get a little laughter. Make sure you laugh. You gotta keep laughing. Surround yourself with positive people. If you can't find them, then contact me because I need friends. I'm just kidding, but not really. Tip number 131, get a puppy. If this video offended you in any way, that's probably why you have anxiety. Grandma, get that Valium out of your purse.